And welcome here to Glenwood. Lady Gators softball on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, hosting the Auburn Lady Tigers here tonight. As that ball is hit out into left field, and it is the first hit of the game. Lily Brewer with a leadoff single. My name is Matt Melton, your play-by-play guy, joined by producer Chris Gates here at Glenwood. Loaded day of sports here at the Swamp. To our right, Glenwood baseball team is hosting the Opelika Bulldogs. Behind us, the soccer team hosting Providence Christian. And here, Glenwood and Auburn meeting for the first time ever, I believe, in softball. Caitlin Brock now at the plate for Auburn. Brooke Morrell starting in the circle for the Lady Gators. Morrell coming off one of her top outings of the season so far. So 0-1 in the dirt, and it will allow Brewer to advance to second on the stolen base. Give you the starting lineup for the Lady Gators here defensively. Starting in the outfield left to right. Caden Henderson out in the left, Katie Corbett in center, and Ava Burns out in right field. As Morrell here set to make the pitch. That one is chopped foul. Around the infield for the Lady Gators out at third base is Chloe Walden, shortstop Lola Munkus, second base Caroline Chappa, and at first base is Caroline Brazil. Carrington Slocum behind the plate, and Brooke Morrell, your starting pitcher for the Lady Gators. 1-2 here to Brock is hit out into left field. Henderson coming in, a diving catch is made for out number one. So 2 balls hit already to left field for the Auburn Lady Tigers. Henderson getting to that one on a diving catch. And that will bring in Olivia Harris at the plate with 1 out, runner at second for Auburn. That pitch from Morrell is high, ball 1. Auburn coming into action here tonight at Glenwood with an 8-2 overall record. Tigers led by head coach Matt Hendricks. 1-0 there hits Harris, and it will be a 1 out hit by a pitch. So runners at first and second now for the Lady Tigers. Peyton Fitzgerald, the Auburn second baseman, stepping up to the plate. As mentioned a minute ago, the Lady Tigers led by head coach Matt Hendricks. Ball 1 outside from Morrell. Auburn made it all the way to the 7A losers bracket semifinals in the state tournament a year ago. They were one of the classification's top teams. Tigers off to an excellent start to the year this year as well. That ball popped down the third base line, and it will get out of play over the Glenwood dugout. 4-1. Recent games for the Lady Tigers, a 10-6 loss to Cherokee County, which preceded wins over Mortimer Jordan and St. Clair County. Auburn has played a schedule pretty much all across the state of Alabama. That ball chopped down the third base line, foul, 4-2. Lena Sawyer will be on deck for Auburn should the inning continue. Runners at first and second, 1 out here. Brooke Morrell in the circle for the Gators. The pitch, swing and a miss. And it will not require a throw down, and that is a big out number 2, as well as the first strikeout of the game for Morrell. So it will bring up Lena Sawyer. Sawyer, one of the seniors on this Lady Tiger team. .261 batting average on the year, has driven in 4 runs. Brewer out at second base, Harris at first. First pitch from Morrell, that ball popped down the third base line, and it will get out of play, 4-1. Run through the Auburn lineup while we have a chance. Brewer, Brock, Harris, 1, 2, 3 in the Lady Tiger order. Fitzgerald batting cleanup. Sawyer batting 5th. Reese Kelly 6th. Jada Esters 7th. Landra Gaylord 8th. E.K. Penton 9th. And Demi Alsabrook is 10th in the order. Lily Brewer will get the start in the circle for the Lady Tigers. 0-1 from Morrell. That ball chopped to third base. It gets to Munkus, the shortstop thrower to first, not in time. And the bases are now loaded full of Auburn Lady Tigers here in the top of the first. So the second hit of the inning surrendered by Morrell. Auburn now with the bases loaded for the 6-hole hitter, Reese Kelly. Kelly, probably one of the names you would want in this position if you are Auburn head coach Matt Hendricks. Leading the team with 8 RBIs on the season. The senior also has currently leading the team in runs scored as well. First pitch from Morrell, just a bit down and in, ball 1. Brewer at third base, Harris out at second, and Sawyer at first. 2 outs here in the top of the first. 0-1 from Morrell. Called strike 1-1. Auburn, a team that's certainly very capable of hitting the ball. A .310 batting average as a team so far this season. 1-1. That ball grounded out to third, and grabbing it and stepping on the bag is Walden for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Tigers load the bases, but cannot get a run across. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the bottom of the first here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Enjoy huge savings on our complete lineup of GMC Sierras and GMC Terrains. Full-size and powerful GMC Sierra at $13,500 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Drive away in the stylish GMC Terrain as low as $395 a month. People from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
And welcome back here to Glenwood, getting set for the bottom of the first inning. Lady Gators set to make their first plate appearances of the night. As Auburn finishes the warm-up tosses, we will give you the Lady Tigers lineup defensively. Starting in the outfield, Caitlin Brock out in the left, Lena Sawyer in center, in right field, Demi Alsabrook. Around the diamond, third base, Jada Esters, shortstop, Reese Kelly, second base, Peyton Fitzgerald, first base, Olivia Harris. Behind the plate for Auburn is E.K. Penton, and in the circle, number 51, Lily Brewer. Brewer, a team-leading 2.12 ERA this season. It's been outstanding for the Lady Tigers. Stepping up to the plate for Glenwood will be Katie Corbett. First pitch called strike 1. Corbett playing center field tonight for the Lady Gators. Glenwood sitting at 9-6 overall coming into action today. A winner in their most recent contest, 4-0 over Beulah. 0-1 pitch high and outside, 1-1. Again, this the second of 2 3A versus 7A matchups here today at Glenwood. The Gators baseball team is hosting Opelika, a rival of Auburn in Class 7A, about 100 yards to our right. That ball fouled away for strike 2. Caden Henderson will be on deck for the Lady Gators. Corbett, in the midst of a stellar sophomore season for Glenwood, currently ranks among the team leaders in batting average, runs scored, hits, doubles, and triples. So has done a bit of everything for the Lady Gators this season. Finds herself in the leadoff spot for this big contest. The 1-2 pitch. That pitch taken a little bit high, 2-2. We will give you the Glenwood batting lineup here following this 2-2 pitch from Brewer. Right-hander goes into her motion. 2-2 delivery. Fouled away, staying alive is Corbett. Glenwood batting lineup: Corbett, Henderson, Slocum, 1, 2, 3. Brazil, 4. Morrell, 5. Chapa, 6. Durdosky, 7. Walden, 8. Munkus, 9. And Burns batting 10th. So the 2-2 pitch upcoming here from Lily Brewer. The delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Corbett goes down on strikes and is the first strikeout of the game for Lily Brewer, as well as number 48 on the season for the Auburn right-hander. Caden Henderson now coming up to the plate for the Lady Gators. Similar to Corbett, Henderson also a sophomore. As Brewer will now see her first left-handed batter of the game. Right-hander goes into motion. The pitch skied down the left field line and on top of the Lady Gator dugout for strike 1. Just a big quick thank you to Carol Purdue at State Farm for sponsoring this first inning of action here at Glenwood, as well as our other presenting sponsors here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live: Glenn Smith Chevy GMC, Coca-Cola, and Jack Houston Memorial Hospital Houston Clinic. The 0-1 from Brewer. Chopped out to second base. It is glove field. Close play at first, but it is called out, number 2. So Henderson grounds out to the second baseman, Peyton Fitzgerald. The speed of Henderson, nothing is easy on a ball hit like that in the infield. But the Lady Tiger defense doing a really good job there of getting the out. Now 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. For the Glenwood catcher, Carrington Slocum. Slocum wears number 24 for the Lady Gators. First pitch right down the middle, called strike 1. Slocum, one of the, dare you say, power bats in this Glenwood lineup. Currently ranks among the team leaders in home runs and runs batted in. Been very productive for the Lady Gators out of the 3-hole this season. 0-1 from Brewer. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And the right-hander quickly ahead in the count. Caroline Brazil would be on deck for Glenwood if Slocum can reach here with 2 outs. Brewer goes into her motion. The 0-2 pitch. High and outside, ball 1. Brewer, only a junior for this Auburn team, but it has definitely been one of the team MVPs so far for the Lady Tigers. Done a bit of everything, both at the plate and in the circle. So 1-2 here from Brewer. That ball chopped out into center field, and it will get down for a hit. Slocum rounds first, but will stay there, so it's a 2-out single for Carrington Slocum. First hit of the game surrendered by Brewer. And we will have a pitch runner here. We will get that number to you when we have it. Looks like number 4, Claire Hargrove, will be pitch running for Slocum. Hargrove, similar to Henderson previously, has some of the top speed on this Lady Gator team. Currently among the team leaders in stolen bases. So the senior is always a threat on the base paths. First pitch from Brewer. Swing and a miss by the Glenwood cleanup hitter, Caroline Brazil. Brazil, only a sophomore. Playing first base today for the Lady Gators. 0-1 from Brewer. That ball hit out to second base, is gloved by the second baseman, Fitzgerald. Gets the out at second. So the Lady Gators put 1 on the bags but cannot get anything across. We will take a break, head to the top of the second here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists. Pessimists, exhibitionists, for long-distance love, for the farsighted, nearsighted, for introverts and extroverts, for the thinkers and the doers, for old friends. Coca-Cola, for everyone.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
And welcome back here to Glenwood, set for the top of the second inning between the Glenwood Lady Gators and the visiting Auburn Lady Tigers. First pitch from Morrell is hit out to right field. Burns is under it and will make the catch for out number one. So a quick fly out to start the top of the second for Jada Esters. One pitch, one out for Morrell. Landry Gaylord set to take her first plate appearance of the game here for Auburn. First pitch from Morrell. That ball popped up to first base, but the catch will be made by the second baseman, however, Chappa, for out number two. So 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the top of the second off a pair of flyouts. So E.K. Penton, now the Auburn catcher, will come up to bat here. First pitch from Morrell is a bit low, ball 1. Pitch low, 2-0 from Morrell. On deck for Auburn, if Penton can reach, will be the leadoff hitter, Lily Brewer. But Morrell looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the second. 2-0 pitch. That ball hammered out to left field. Henderson, however, is under it and will make the catch. So a 5-pitch top of the second inning for Brooke Morrell in the circle. Glenwood coming up to bat once again here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Perdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on!
I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
Welcome back here to Glenwood. 5, 6, 7 due up in the Lady Gator order against Auburn starter Lily Brewer. Brooke Morrell, the first of those, batting out of the 5-hole today. Kind of an early pitcher versus pitcher matchup here between Brewer and Morrell. See if the Glenwood starter can help herself at the plate. Brewer set to make her first pitch of the bottom of the second inning. That ball fouled behind the plate, 0-1. As mentioned before, Glenwood coming into tonight, 9-6 overall record on the year. They have already begun area play. They are 1-1 in Class 3A Area 6, led by head coach Josh McConnell. A 4-0 win over Beulah in their most recent game. I believe that game was earlier this week, right here at Glenwood. 0-1 from Brewer. A ball across the plate called strike 2. Glenwood has lost 3 of their last 5 games. Those losses come into Beauregard, Prattville, and St. James. But in the middle of those, an 8-3 win over Opelika, another Class 7A opponent, sandwiched in there as well. 0-2. That ball high just a bit, 1-2 now. Second baseman Caroline Chapa on deck for the Lady Gators. It's a Glenwood team that can definitely put runs on the scoreboard, averaging 5.7 a game this season. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And for the second time today, a Glenwood batter has gone down on strikes. Second strikeout of the game for Lily Brewer. Now number 49 on the year for the Auburn starter. Caroline Chapa now at the plate for Glenwood. Chapa starting for the Lady Gators tonight at second base. First pitch from Brewer. That ball fouled down the third base line, strike 1. Chapa, only a sophomore. Also has seen some action in the circle for Glenwood so far this season. Lola Munkus has as well, in addition to starter Brooke Morrell. 0-1 here from Brewer. That pitch is just a bit high, 1-1. This pretty much the first meeting ever, I believe, between Auburn and Glenwood in softball. Now, if I remember correctly, Auburn and Glenwood will also play early in April up at Auburn. So the Lady Gators will make the short trip to the Northwest to visit the Lady Tigers in a couple of weeks. 1-1, that pitch high, 2-1. You can definitely see here early on in this game why Brewer has been so good for Auburn in the circle so far this season. Good bit of velocity on her pitches. Been able to locate it all throughout the zone as well, keeping these Lady Gators hitters on their toes. Pitch to Chapa, swing and a miss, strike 2. So a 2-2 count now here to the Glenwood second baseman. Bethany Durdosky on deck for the Lady Gators. Oh, 2 upcoming here from Brewer. Right-hander goes into her motion. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So strikeout number 3 on the day for Brewer, as well as number 50 on the season for the Auburn junior. So Durdosky will step up to the plate with 2 outs here for Glenwood. Lady Gators have not been able to get things going against Brewer, aside from that Slocum single back in the bottom of the first. The 0-0, swing and a miss, strike 1. Due up for Auburn in the top of the third will be 1, 2, 3 in the order. Brewer goes into her motion. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Junior has been in control here early on in this game. Quickly ahead, 0-2 in the count here to Dardosky. The 0-2. That ball high, 1-2. Chloe Walden on deck for the Lady Gators, should Dardosky reach here in the inning. 2 outs already here in the bottom of the second at Glenwood between Auburn and the Lady Gators. The 1-2. Pitch just outside, 2-2. Dardosky did fall behind in the count here early, but doing a nice job here recently of kind of getting back into it, now even. So 2-2 here upcoming from Lily Brewer. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brewer strikes out the side here in the bottom of the second. Auburn nothing, Glenwood nothing. We'll take a break on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back here to Glenwood, set for the top of the third inning. 1-2-3 due up for Auburn. Lily Brewer, the first of those. Brewer, a leadoff single to start the game, also went on to steal a base. Morrell with strike 1. Brewer, the team leader in batting average for the Lady Tigers this season, hitting .448. Which is saying something because Auburn as a team has 3 players all batting over .400 this season. That pitch just inside 1-1. Junior has also scored 6 runs, has 4 runs driven in, 1 double, and 5 stolen bases on the base pass. 1-1 from Morrell. Outside corner, nice pitch, strike 2. And the Glenwood right-hander way ahead in the count here. Caitlin Brock, the 2-hole hitter on deck for Auburn. Morrell goes into motion, the 1-2. Try to pitch low, but it is called ball 2. If you missed it, it's been kind of a pitching duel here between the Lady Gators and Auburn. Morrell and Brewer going back and forth in the circle. Morrell, that ball popped up by Brewer out of play. We will do it again. Morrell through 2 innings, giving up no earned runs, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Pitch from Morrell. Nice pitch on the inside corner. But the count is now full, ball 3. And Glenwood head coach Josh McConnell will look to get some answers here from the home plate umpire. Looks like he does, and I believe we have a full count pitch upcoming from Morrell. Brock on deck for the Lady Tigers. Brewer looking to reach here for the second time today. Pitch from Morrell. just outside ball 4, and it will be a leadoff walk for Brewer. Second walk of the game surrendered by Morrell. And the Glenwood outfield will move in. Corbett and Burns in center and right, both coming in significantly. Henderson playing about where she was in left field. That first pitch from Morrell outside ball 1. Caitlin Brock out in left field today for Auburn. The senior wears number 16 for the Lady Tigers. 0 for 1 on the night with a line out. The 1-0. That ball bunted out in front home plate. Throw to first, dropped by the first baseman. And that will allow Brewer to advance to third. And we will have time called for an injury over at first base. Walden, the third baseman, made the play in front of the bag. Thrower to first was close with Brock. It's a good sight to see Brock getting back to her feet. The ball was dropped by the first baseman, Brazil, for the Lady Gators, which allowed Brewer to advance to third. But with the speed of Brock going down that first base line, it was definitely close. Not honestly sure the throw would have beat her. But anyways, Auburn now with runners at first and third. Still nobody out here in the top of the third for Olivia Harris. Harris hit by a pitch in her first plate appearance. First pitch from Morrell. Brock will go down to second and will steal second without a throw. So 2 runners now in scoring position for Auburn. Still nobody out here in the top of the third. Morrell, the 0-1. That ball hammered down the left field line. Henderson looks at it down in the corner and it is foul. This is an Auburn team I believe has yet to homer this season. I could be wrong on that statistic. But Harris nearly had one there if it was a few feet to the right down that left field line. Pitch from Morrell. That ball hammered out to left center field. Corbett coming in. Corbett goes off her glove and will drop. Brewer scores. Brock will stop at third and is 1-0 Auburn. So an RBI double there from Olivia Harris. And the Lady Tigers have taken an early 1-0 lead. So Peyton Fitzgerald will step up to the plate. Auburn still with 2 runners in scoring position. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Pitch from Morrell skied into the net down the third base line, strike 1. Brock at third, Harris at second. Fitzgerald, a strikeout victim in her first plate appearance. The senior wears number 67 for the Lady Tigers. Tries to get the bunt down, but it's bunted foul for strike 2. Fitzgerald, a .435 batting average on the year, has also driven in 7 runs, as well as scored 2 herself. Lena Sawyer on deck for the Lady Tigers. Big pitch here upcoming from Morrell, the 0-2. Tried it on the outside corner, called ball 1. So Morrell, 1-2 upcoming here to Fitzgerald. That ball hit out to left field down the line, and it will drop foul. Mentioned at the start, Auburn only lost twice this season. Cherokee County was a 10-6 loss in their most recent game. But the Lady Tigers were also shut out earlier in the year by Thompson, 12-0. 1-2. Nice pitch on the inside corner, called strike 3, and a big first out there from Morrell. Fitzgerald retired for the second time today via the strikeout. So a big first out here in the inning. Lena Sawyer now coming up to the plate for Auburn. Sawyer a single back in the top of the first. Squares to bunt. However, it's foul down the third base line for strike 1. Sawyer batting .261 coming into play today. A senior for this Auburn team. Morrell goes into her motion. The 0-1. Nice pitch on the outside corner, called strike 2. And the Glenwood right-hander quickly ahead in the count. The 0-2. That ball popped out to left field. Henderson coming in and will make the catch. Brock tags, headed for home, and the throw is cut off. Throw back to second, not in time. 2-0 Auburn here. It's an RBI sac fly for Lena Sawyer. Brock scores the run. It's a nice heads-up play there by Walden. The throw from Henderson was not going to beat Brock with her speed to home plate. Walden doing a nice job of picking that ball in the dirt, throwing it back to second. Harris sliding back in safely, however. First pitch from Morrell, ball high to Reese Kelly. Kelly, a ground out victim in her first plate appearance. The 1-0. Inside corner, called ball 2. Due up for the Lady Gators in the bottom of the third will be 8-9-1. Glenwood now trailing 2-0 here in the top of the third. The 2-0. Nice pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Kelly, the top run producer for the Lady Tigers this season. 8 runs driven in on the year. 2-1. That pitch on the inside corner, called ball 3. Jada Esters on deck for the Lady Tigers. Big pitch upcoming here from Morrell. The 3-1. That ball hammered down the first base line, but it is just foul. So a payoff pitch upcoming. Three and 2 count upcoming here. Big pitch from Morrell. And is just inside for ball 4. So it will be Jada Esters coming up to bat. Two outs here in the top of the third. First pitch from Morrell, called down the middle, strike 1. Harris at second. Kelly over at first. Both will be on the move with any sort of contact. Nice pitch there. Harris heads down to third. Throw is late, and both runners will advance. So Auburn with 2 more runners in scoring position here in the top of the third. The pitch from Morrell. That ball hit to third. Walden gets a glove on it. Throw over to first will be in time. Nice stretch there at first by Brazil to get out of the inning. But Auburn strikes for 2 runs to take a 2-0 lead here. We head to the bottom of the third on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Welcome back here to Glenwood, set for the bottom of the third. Auburn 2, Glenwood nothing. 8-9-1 due up for the Lady Gators. Chloe Walden, Lady Gator third baseman, the first of those against Auburn starter Lily Brewer. First pitch upcoming here from Brewer in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss, strike one. The Auburn starter has been in control for a vast majority of this game in the circle. Through 2 innings, no runs, no walks, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts already for the Auburn right-hander. 0-1 here to Walden. Swing and a miss again, strike 2. Brewer way ahead in the count now. Gators looking for a pair of wins today over 2 7A teams in baseball and softball. Glenwood baseball team hosting the Opelika Bulldogs. Right over here to our right. 0-2 here to Walden. That pitch is taken, and the umpire at first base says she went around, so it will be strike 3. 5th strikeout of the game for Brewer, as well as the 4th Lady Gay retired via the punch-out. And that will bring up Glenwood 9-hole hitter Lola Munkus. Munkus playing shortstop today for the Lady Gators, only an 8th grader. As Brewer set to make her first pitch to the Lady Gator 9-hole hitter. Ball is taken on the outside corner, strike 1. The 0-1 upcoming here to Munkus. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, strike 2. Glenwood just looking for anything here offensively at the plate to get Brewer out of her motion. Auburn right-hander has controlled the game so far in the circle. Pitch here to Munkus. That ball in the dirt, 4-1. Top of the Glenwood order in Katie Corbett on deck. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Auburn with a 2-0 lead over the Lady Gators. Pitch to Munkus. Popped down the first base line and out of play. So Munkus staying alive in the count. Give you a little bit of a score update. Over here to our right, Glenwood with a 5-1 lead over the Opelika Bulldogs. We are also broadcasting that game on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Noah Shelton and Tyler Deitz over there at Tim Fanning Field. Pitch from Brewer. Swing and a miss on a high fastball for strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Brewer. 5th consecutive Glenwood batter retired via the punch-out. And it will bring up the top of the order in Katie Corbett. Corbett also a strikeout victim in the bottom of the first in her first plate appearance. First pitch from Brewer. Corbett gets a bat on it. Fouled away, though, for strike one. If Corbett can reach, Caden Henderson would be on deck for Glenwood. But as just mentioned, the Lady Gators are looking to get anything going here offensively against Corbett. Only one hit so far today. Time called at the plate by Corbett and granted by the home plate umpire. Lady Gator center fielder behind in the count, 0-1 following that foul ball. Pitch from Brewer. Nice take there on the inside corner, called ball one. So a 1-1 count here to Corbett. Brewer goes into her motion, the 1-1 pitch. Popped up in the infield. The shortstop is under it, and the catch is made by Reese Kelly for out number 3. So the Lady Gators retired once again, 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the third. Auburn carrying a 2-0 lead here to the top of the fourth on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on! I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with the
Welcome back here to Glenwood for the top of the fourth inning. Matt Melton joined by producer Chris Gates for the Lady Gators and the Auburn Lady Tigers. First pitch of the inning from Brooke Morrell is taken for strike one. Landry Gaylord, the 8-hole hitter for Auburn. A fly out in her first plate appearance here tonight. 0-1 from Morrell. That ball popped up to second base. Chappa is under it. She will make the catch for out number 1. So E.K. Penton, the 9-hole hitter, will step up for Auburn. It's kind of where Glenwood got into a bit of trouble in the last inning. Brewer on deck. First pitch from Morrell, just a bit high, ball 1. Give you a little score update too. To our right, Opelika, it looks like, has tacked on 3 runs. Glenwood now with a 5-4 lead over there at Tim Fanning Field. That ball fouled away by Penton for strike 1. 1-1 count. Morrell has been really good in the circle so far. Only really ran into trouble in that last inning for the Lady Gators. The 1-1 from Morrell. That ball hit into left field for a 1-out single. So Penton will reach. And that will bring up the top of the order in Lily Brewer. Only the 4th hit surrendered today here for Brooke Morrell. So we will have a pitch runner here for Auburn. We will get that to you once we can see the number. Lily Brewer, the top of the order, up for Auburn. A single in her first plate appearance. Walked in that last inning when Auburn struck for 2 runs. Has also stolen a base and scored one of Auburn's 2 runs here today. First pitch from Morrell. Squared a bunt. but it is called ball 1. Pitch runner for the Tigers will be number 14, Eva Mason. Mason down there at first base, running in place of the catcher, E.K. Benton. 1-0 to Brewer. That pitch inside, Mason on the move, but the throw is off target and late. So it was a stolen base for Mason. So a runner in scoring position now for Brewer. Morrell with a pitch here. That ball taken on the inside corner, but is called a ball, however. Morrell into her delivery. Nice pitch there on the inside corner, called strike. Caitlin Brock on deck for the Lady Tigers. All of the Glenwood outfielders essentially playing very deep. That ball hammered down the first base line. Burns giving chase, and it is down, just foul, however. I believe the count will now be full. Eva Mason out there at second base for Auburn. Lily Brewer at the plate. Pitch from Morrell. That ball hit. Morrell coming in and catching it, though, around the plate. Big out there as the leadoff hitter for Auburn retired for the first time today. So 2 outs here now in the top of the 4th. Caitlin Brock coming to the plate for Auburn. Brock, that infield single in her last plate appearance, went on to steal a base and score a run. First pitch from Morrell, taken on the inside corner, called strike 1. Two 2-0 lead here for the Lady Tigers in the top of the 4th. Pitch from Morrell. Ball outside for ball 1. Olivia Harris, if Brock can reach, would be on deck for Auburn. Pitch from Morrell. Outside corner, called ball 2, however, bringing the count to 2-1. Mason with some speed, pitch running out there at second. Has already stolen a bag here in this inning. Base hit to the outfield, might score a run, but the Glenwood outfield is playing very shallow. Pitch from Morrell, lined out to left field. Henderson coming in, grabs it. Mason rounds third, headed home. Nice throw from Henderson, and Mason will retreat back to third. So it's a 2-out hit there for Caitlin Brock. Good throw from Henderson to keep Mason at third base, but Glenwood not out of the inning yet. As Olivia Harris will step to the plate for Auburn. 2 runners now in scoring position, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. First pitch from Morrell. Outside and high, ball 1. Mason at third, Brock at second. The 1-0 from Morrell. Popped up over toward first base. Brazil gives chase, makes the catch, and Glenwood gets out of the jam. Auburn threatens here in the top of the 4th, but cannot strike any more runs across. The Lady Tigers still lead 2-0 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on. I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with a PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
Welcome back here to Glenwood on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, set for the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-3-4 due up for the Lady Gators. Glenwood trailing 2-0 here to the visiting Auburn Lady Tigers. Caden Henderson, the two-hole hitter, stepping in for Glenwood, leading off the inning against Lily Brewer. First pitch from the Auburn right-hander is fouled into the net, 0-1. Henderson a ground out in her first plate appearance. The speed of the sophomore, however, is pretty evident to these Auburn players in their scouting report because the Auburn infield essentially playing in from their positions. 0-1 here from Brewer. That pitch on the outside corner called strike 2, and Brewer way ahead in the count. Carrington Slocum, Lady Gator catcher on deck for Glenwood. 0-2 upcoming here to Henderson. That pitch is taken on the outside corner, called strike 3. So Henderson retired via the punch out. Strikeout number 7 on the day for Lily Brewer. So that will bring up Carrington Slocum. Slocum has the lone Glenwood hit so far today against Brewer. A single back in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch from Brewer. That ball hit and out of play down that third base line. Give you a score update once again from Tim Fanning Field right here to our right. Opelika has taken the lead with a 6-5 advantage in the top of the third. Bulldogs striking for, it appears, 5 runs in the top of the third. Also have Glenwood Soccer and Providence Christian right here behind us. Pitch to Slocum, taken low, ball 1. So a 1-1 count now to Carrington Slocum. As mentioned before in her first plate appearance, Slocum among the team leaders in RBIs and home runs this season for the Lady Gators. 1-1. That one high, 2-1. It's one of the few times here tonight that Auburn starter Lily Brewer has been behind in the count. Mentioned a minute ago, Slocum, the lone Glenwood hitter, to have a hit against Brewer here tonight. The Auburn right-hander now finds herself down 2-1 to Slocum. Goes into her motion and the pitch. That ball taken inside, 3-1 now. So Brewer yet to walk a Glenwood batter here today. 1 ball away from doing that, though. Slocum way ahead in the count, 3-1. Brewer into her motion. That ball popped foul into the net, 3-2 now. Caroline Brazil on deck for the Lady Gators. Only 1 out in the inning, so we will see Brazil hit here. 3-2 upcoming to Slocum. The right-hander delivers a pitch. That ball chopped out to second base. Gloved, field to first is low, and it is bobbled by the first baseman, and Slocum will reach. So that'll be ruled an error by the second baseman, Peyton Fitzgerald. So Glenwood here with a one-out base runner. Claire Hargrove in to pitch run for Slocum. Hargrove definitely a threat to steal bases. Among the team leaders for Glenwood so far this season. As Caroline Brazil steps to the plate with one out. First pitch from Brewer. That ball high, thrown back to first. Gets away from the first baseman, but Hargrove dives in safely. So a 1-0 here upcoming to Caroline Brazil. Pitch from Brewer. Popped back behind plate over the press box and out of play. 4-1. Big thank you once again to our presenting sponsors at Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Glenn Smith Chevy GMC, Coca-Cola, and Jack Houston Memorial Hospital Houston Clinic. 1-1 here upcoming to Brazil. Pitch from Brewer. That ball is low down and in. Ball 2. Brooke Morrell is on deck for Glenwood. We will potentially see her bat depending on the outcome of this at bat from Brazil. 2-0 lead for Auburn here in the bottom of the 4th. Brewer into her motion for the pitch. That one in the dirt. Corbett takes off to second, or excuse me, Hargrove takes off to second, and she will get down there safely. So Hargrove advances to second on the wild pitch there from Brewer, and now Glenwood, possibly, I cannot believe off the top of my head, but potentially a runner in scoring position here for the first time tonight against Brewer. Pitch to Brazil. That ball popped out to right field. Right fielder coming in and makes the catch, however. So a big second out there for Auburn. No advance from Hargrove. It was the right fielder, Demi Alsabrook, coming in from right field and making the catch around where the dirt turns into the grass, right behind second base. So 2 outs now here in the inning. Brooke Morrell stepping up to the plate for Glenwood. Auburn not out of the woods yet, still with the runner in scoring position and Hargrove out at second base. First pitch from Brewer. Popped into the net, 1. Morrell, a strikeout victim in her first plate appearance. Was the first of 5 consecutive batters the Brewer struck out earlier in this game. Morrell now finds herself down 0-1 to Brewer. The pitch from the right-hander. Ball outside, 1-1. Caroline Chapa on deck for the Lady Gators. One here to Morrell. The ball taken on the inside corner for 2. And Brewer ahead in the count. Auburn with a 2-0 lead here at Glenwood. Trying to get out of the inning and send it to the top of the 5th. The 1-2 from Brewer. Burrell pops that out to first base, and the catch will be made by the first baseman, Olivia Harris. So Glenwood threatens here in the bottom of the fourth, but cannot scratch a run across. Your score still 2-0 Auburn on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Enjoy huge savings on our complete lineup of GMC Sierras and GMC Terrains. Full-size and powerful GMC Sierra at $13,500 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Drive away in the stylish GMC Terrain as low as $395 a month. People from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back here to Glenwood. Top of the fifth inning. Auburn 2, Glenwood nothing. As due up for the Tigers, 4, 5, 6 in the order. First of those, Peyton Fitzgerald, the Auburn second baseman. First pitch from Morrell, grounded foul down the third base line, 4-1. Fitzgerald struck out twice in her two plate appearances here tonight so far for Auburn. Those are the 2 strikeouts of the game for Morrell in the circle. The 0-1. Pitch just a bit high, ball 1. Fitzgerald, the senior, batting .435 on the year for Auburn. He's also driven in 7 runs as well as scored 2 herself. Batting cleanup today for the Tigers. Pitch down and in, 3-1 now. And the Auburn senior finds herself way ahead in the count. Lena Sawyer on deck for Auburn. It's a big pitch upcoming here from Morrell. The delivery. That one inside, 3-1 now. Glenwood outfield playing deep here against the Auburn cleanup hitter. Pitch from Morrell. That one hammered out to left field. Henderson is under it though, and she will make the catch for out number 1. So the Glenwood sophomore out in left field did not have to move much for that one. First out of the inning for Morrell. And that will bring up Lena Sawyer to the plate. Sawyer 1 for 1 with a single here tonight. Also had an RBI sac fly. So she is responsible for driving in one of Auburn's 2 runs. First pitch line down the third base line and foul for strike 1. Sawyer, a senior for Auburn. One of 5 or 6 seniors for this Lady Tiger team. The 0-1 from Morrell. Nice pitch there, swing and a miss, 0-2. And the Glenwood right-hander way ahead in the count here. As mentioned back at the start, I believe this is the first ever meeting between Glenwood and Auburn in softball. There's the 0-2 upcoming here from Morrell. Popped in the infield. Munkus calls for it at shortstop, makes the catch for out number 2. That will bring up Reese Kelly with 2 outs. Kelly walked in her most recent plate appearance, also went on to steal a bag. First pitch from Morrell. Fastball inside, called ball 1. Morrell ran into some trouble a few innings back, but it's overall been pretty decent today for the Lady Gators. 5 hits allowed, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. 1-0 taken, called strike 1, 1-1 count now. That trouble for Morrell, I believe, came in the top of the 3rd, which has resulted in the 2-0 lead for Auburn. That ball grounded out to second. Chapa fields it. Throw to first is not in time. So the speed of Kelly on display there, getting down the first base line, and is an infield single for the Auburn Tigers. With 2 outs. 6th hit of the game surrendered by Morrell. And Jada Esters will now step to the plate. Esters 0 for 2 here tonight. Fly out and a ground out. First pitch from Morrell. Fastball inside, ball 1. Glenwood infield playing back. Outfielders also playing fairly deep as well. Pitch from Morrell skips to the plate. Kelly thought about advancing to second, but opted to go back to first. So a 2-0 count now here to Esters. Pitch to Esters, hit out to right field. Burns, however, makes the catch. And that will do it for the top of the 5th inning. Auburn gets a runner on base but cannot scratch a run across. And Glenwood will now head to the plate looking to get something going against Auburn starter Lily Brewer. We'll take a break on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on. I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Welcome back here to Glenwood. Bottom 5 between the Lady Gators and the visiting Auburn Tigers. It's due up for the Gators 6, 7, 8 in the order. Caroline Chapa set to lead it off for Glenwood against Auburn starter Lily Brewer. First pitch from the right-hander is skied into the net for strike 1. Brewer through 4 innings has been simply dominant in the circle for Auburn. No runs allowed, no walks, only 1 hit and 7 strikeouts for the Auburn starter. 0-1 here to Chapa. Tipped at the plate for strike 2. And Brewer way ahead in the count now, 0-2. Glenwood has only had 2 runners reach base here in this game. Carrington Slocum with a single in the bottom of the first inning, and then Slocum reaching on that error last time around for the Lady Gators at the plate. Outside of that, Brewer has been in control. The 0-2. That fastball is high, 1-2. Bethany Derdosky on deck for Glenwood. Derdosky, similar to Chapa, a strikeout victim in her first plate appearance. One-two pitch here from Brewer. Fastball high again, 2-2. So Glenwood second baseman trying to fight back here in the counts. Got it back to even to lead off the bottom of the fifth. Auburn still with a 2-0 lead here at Glenwood. 2-2 from Brewer. Fastball taken right down the middle, called strike 3. Punch out number 8 for Brewer. And out number 1 here in the bottom of the fifth. Bethany Derdosky steps to the plate now for the Gators. Derdosky, a strikeout victim in her lone plate appearance. First pitch from Brewer. Fastball is low, ball 1. Derdosky, one of 3 seniors on this Glenwood team, joined by Claire Hargrove and Brooke Morrell. The 1-0 from Brewer, swing and a miss, strike 1, bringing the count to even. As mentioned back at the start of the game, Glenwood on a bit of a skid here recently, has dropped 4 of their last 6 games. But overall in the year sitting at 9-6. 1-1 swing and a miss, strike 2 to Derdosky. Glenwood also currently sitting at 1-1 in area play. First win came earlier this week over Beulah, 4-0. One and two upcoming here from Brewer. Right-hander into motion. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another punch out for Brewer, number 9 on the night. The Auburn right-hander continuing to impress here in the circle. Chloe Walden now up to the plate for Glenwood here with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Walden also a punch out in her most recent plate appearance. First pitch from Brewer. Fastball outside, ball 1. The 9-hole hitter Lola Munkus would be on deck should Walden reach here in the bottom of the fifth. 1-0 pitch from Brewer. That ball popped out to third base, and it is dropped, however, but it is called foul by the home plate umpire. So what would have been the third out of the inning, dropped by third baseman Jada Esters. And Walden stays alive here in the count, 1-1 now. So another pitch upcoming here for Brewer in the bottom of the fifth. Right-hander into motion. That ball popped down the first base line, and it will get out of play for strike 2. So score update from Tim Fanning Field over here to our right. Glenwood has tied the game 6-6 against the visiting Opelika Bulldogs. 2 3A versus 7A matchups here at Glenwood tonight. The 1-2 from Brewer. Outside corner, just ball. Nearly the third strikeout of the inning there from Brewer. But Walden staying alive for the Lady Gators. Brewer into her motion here. Pitch from the right-hander. That ball popped. Brewer will make the catch, however, right down that first base line. So 1-2-3 go the Lady Gators here in the bottom of the fifth. Your score still 2-0 Auburn on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 33.
Welcome back to Glenwood, set for the top of the sixth inning. Your score, Auburn 2, Glenwood nothing. As we will have a new batter here for the Lady Tigers to start the top of the sixth. It will be the right fielder, Demi Alsabrook, making her first plate appearance of the game. So Alsabrook now in the 8-hole for Auburn. Alsabrook, a sophomore, batting .273 on the year, has scored 4 runs and also stolen a base. Brooke Morrell back out there for her 6th inning of work. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Morrell through 5 innings has given up the 2 runs, along with 6 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch taken on the inside corner, strike 1. Been a very entertaining pitching duel here at Glenwood tonight. 1-1 taken low and inside, 2-1. Morrell for the Lady Gators, Lily Brewer for the Auburn Tigers. (2-1) for Morrell. That one's in the dirt, 3-1 now. 9-hole hitter E.K. Penton on deck for Auburn. Morrell will like to see Penton with no runners on base. Still with work to do here to Alsabrook. 3-1 from the Gator right-hander. Popped into the net behind home plate. 4-3-2 count. Full count pitch upcoming here from Morrell. Popped in the net, and we will do it again. Also, Brooke drew to start defensively tonight for Auburn, making her first plate appearance of the game here in the top of the 6th. Payoff pitch from Morrell. That ball popped back to Morrell, and she will make the catch for out number 1. So the 9-hole hitter for Auburn, catcher E.K. Penton coming to the plate. Penton 1 for 2 on the night, a fly out and a single. First pitch from Morrell, grounded foul, 0-1. Top of the order in Lily Brewer on deck for Auburn. (0-1) from Morrell. That ball skied down the left field line, and it will drop in front of Henderson. Penton will stay at first, so it's a very loud single for the Auburn 9-hole hitter. Her second single of the game. And that will give Auburn a 1-out base runner. Be a pitch runner for the Tigers. I believe once again it was number 14, Eva Mason. So the top of the order now up in Brewer. Brewer 1 for 2 on the night offensively. Single in her first plate appearance, fly out in the most recent. Has also walked in between two. Gets the bunt down. Morrell fields throw to first for the out. So a big second out there for Glenwood. And the umpires will talk things over. Looked like a close play at first base. It was Chapa at second base covering the first base bag on the throw. And they will rule that Auburn is safe at first base. Chapa with her foot off the bag. So Glenwood head coach Josh McConnell will come out and get an explanation from the home plate umpire. So that will give Auburn runners at first and second here in the top of the sixth. 1 out for the 2-hole hitter, Caitlin Brock. Brewer with some speed there to get down the first base line. Morrell made a good throw, but Chapa got over there in time. But however, the speed kind of forced things. Resulted in a safe base runner at first. First pitch taken by Brock, strike one. Brock, a pair of singles here tonight. Has also stolen a base and scored a run. Pitch runner Mason out there at second base. Brewer at first. That pitch is on the outside corner, called a ball. 1-1. Brock, the senior, a .440 batting average on the year. Also leads the team in stolen bases. Pitch from Morrell. Outside corner, called a ball. As impressive as Brewer's been in the circle today for Auburn, you got to imagine Glenwood here does not need to give up any more runs if they want to make a comeback in this game. Pitch from Morrell, trying to get the bunt down, but it's called a strike. Count now 2-2, I believe. Olivia Harris on deck for Auburn. 2-2 from Morrell. Pitch is down and low outside. Mason has to retreat back to second. Thought it was ball 4. So the count now full to Brock. Glenwood kind of expecting a bit of a bunt. Walden playing in at third base. Pitch from Morrell. That ball grounded up the middle. Fielded by Corbett out in center, who was playing in. So Mason will not head home. The bases are now loaded for Auburn with 1 out. So Olivia Harris will step to the plate for Auburn. Has already driven in one of Auburn's 2 runs today. And a big chance here to produce for the Lady Tigers on top of the 6th. Nice pitch there from Morrell, called strike 1. Glenwood outfield playing deep. Corner infielders playing in, the 0-1. Looked like a good pitch there, but it is called ball 1. So a 1-1 count now here to Harris. Morrell into her motion, the 1-1. Nice pitch there on the inside corner, 1-2. Be interesting to see what Morrell does here. Ahead in the count to Harris. Big pitch upcoming here from the right-hander. The 1-2. Try to pitch high and outside, but it is called ball 2. Glenwood outfield of Burns, Corbett, and Henderson are all playing deep. Corner infielders are in for the Gators. Middle infielders playing about normal. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. 2-2 to Harris. That pitch high, 3-2. Peyton Fitzgerald would be on deck for Auburn if Harris can reach base. 3-2. That ball grounded, fouled down the third base line, and we'll do it again. Payoff pitch upcoming here from Brooke Morrell. 3-2 delivery. Grounded through the hole and into left field. Henderson gloves it. Runner coming home. The throw will go into third base, and it is a 2 RBI single from Olivia Harris. 4-0 Auburn. So the Lady Gators still not out of the woods yet. Only 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Peyton Fitzgerald stepping to the plate for the Lady Tigers. 4-0 now, Auburn in the top of the 6th. First pitch from Morrell. The bunt is laid down by Fitzgerald. And it is a fair ball on the third base line, and she will reach. So the base is now loaded once again for Auburn. For the 5-hole hitter, Lena Sawyer. Brock at third, Harris at second, Fitzgerald at first. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. First pitch from Morrell. Popped down the third base line, but Walden will not have a play. So Morrell ahead in the count here, 0-1. That pitch grounded to third. Munkus fields, but she will not have a play. Run scores on the infield single from Sawyer. Now we'll make it 5-0 Auburn. So it appears we will have a pitching change for the Lady Gators. We're going to take a break while the new pitcher for Glenwood warms up. We'll tell you who it is when we come back here in a minute on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on! I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Enjoy huge savings on our complete lineup of GMC Sierras and GMC Terrains. Full-size and powerful GMC Sierra at $13,500 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Drive away in the stylish GMC Terrain as low as $395 a month. People from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back here to Glenwood in the top of the 6th. Pitching change for the Lady Gators. Be the 8th grader Lola Munkus now in the circle for Glenwood. Munkus and starter Brooke Morrell will switch pitches. Morrell now in at shortstop. First pitch from Munkus is called strike 1. On the outside corner to Reese Kelly. Kelly, the 6-hole hitter for Auburn, a single in her most recent plate appearance. Munkus ahead in the count now 0-1. The pitch outside 1-1. As mentioned, only an 8th grader is Munkus. Kind of starting pitcher number 2, second option on this Lady Gator team. She inherits a bases loaded situation here in the top of the 6th with 1 out. The 1-1, that one grounded up the middle. Morrell will not have a play, and a run will score again for Auburn. So bases still loaded here in the top of the 6th, only 1 out. Jada Esters now stepping to the plate for Auburn. And we will have a pitch runner for the Lady Tigers over at third base. We will have that name for you shortly. I believe that is Mallory Sides. Pitch running for Auburn down at third base. First pitch from Munkus, high for ball 1. One 0 here from Munkus. That one popped out to second base. Chappa gloves, tags the runner, throw to first, is in time. So a double play to get out of the inning. Exactly what the Lady Gators needed in that situation, but Auburn strikes for multiple runs here in the top of the 6th to extend their lead. We'll take a break on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back here to Glenwood, set for the bottom of the 6th inning. Lady Gators need something going. 9-1-2 due up in the order. Lola Munkus set to lead it off against Auburn pitcher Lily Brewer. Monk is the strikeout victim in her lone plate appearance here tonight. First pitch from Brewer. Swing and a miss, strike one. Have a score update here from Tim Fanning Field over to our right. Opelika has taken an 8-6 lead over Glenwood in the top of the 5th inning, it appears. Oh, 1 from Brewer. Ball grounded down the first base line and foul 0-2. Top of the Gator order, Katie Corbett on deck. Will be followed by Caden Henderson. The 0-2 here upcoming from Brewer. Taken just for a ball, 1-2. Six nothing lead here for Auburn in the bottom of the 6th inning. One-two pitch now from Brewer. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Strikeout number 10 for the right-hander. And that is one out in the inning now for Glenwood. So the top of the Lady Gator order now up, Katie Corbett. Corbett 0 for 2 on the night, strikeout and a flyout. Brewer set to make her first pitch of the at-bat. Into her motion. That ball is low in the dirt, ball 1. As mentioned, this a loaded sports night here at Glenwood. We've mentioned the Glenwood Opelika baseball game, which we were also streaming on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Noah Shelton and Tyler Deitz over there at Tim Fanning Field. Also behind us, the Gators hosting Providence Christian in soccer. Do not know the exact score of that game, but I believe a goal was just scored based on the crowd reaction we just got. 1-0 is grounded foul, 1-1. So 1-1 count here to Corbett. Later Gators looking to get something going offensively against Lily Brewer, the 1-1. Ball fouled into the net, 1-2. Caden Henderson on deck for Glenwood. We will see her bat here in the bottom of the 6th. And then the Lady Gator with the lone hit here tonight, Carrington Slocum on deck, or in the hole, excuse me, behind Henderson. The 1-2 from Brewer. Ball popped down the first base line, but the first baseman, Davis, will not have a play, or excuse me, Harris will not have a play. So a 1-2 pitch upcoming here to Corbett. Brewer goes into her motion. Swing and a miss again on a high fastball. Strikeout number 11 for the Auburn right-hander. And 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Caden Henderson 0 for 2 on the night. Ground out and a strikeout. Just not much going offensively so far here tonight for Glenwood. So they trail 6-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch grounded up the middle off the glove of Brewer and into center field for a 2-out single. So the second hit of the game for the Glenwood offense comes off the bat of Caden Henderson. Hard hit single back up the middle. And it will bring Carrington Slocum to the plate. Slocum has reached base both times at the plate tonight. A single back in the bottom of the first inning, and then reached on the error her last time up. First pitch from Brewer on a changeup, called strike one. Henderson with some speed at first is a threat to steal bags. Be interesting to see if she is on the move during this at bat. The 0-1 to Slocum, fouled away, quickly 0-2. Be interesting to see what Glenwood head coach Josh McConnell gives to Henderson at first base, see if she is on the move. 0-2 here to Slocum. Brewer goes into her motion and the delivery. Henderson is on the move, but the ball is hit foul down the third base line. We will do it again. Score update here from Tim Fanning Field. Glenwood has now added one in the bottom of the fifth inning. Opelika still leading 8-7. As mentioned, we are also streaming that game on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Noah Shelton and Tyler Dietz on the coverage over there at Tim Fanning Field. Pitch here to Slocum. That ball cracked, but right at the third baseman. Caught on a line by Jada Esters for the third out of the inning. So Glenwood gets a base runner here in the bottom of the sixth, but nothing going for the Lady Gators. We will take a break as we head to the top of the seventh. We'll be back in a minute on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Welcome back here to Glenwood, getting set for the top of the seventh inning. Auburn with a commanding 6-0 lead here over the Glenwood Lady Gators. As I believe 9-1-2 due up for Auburn. First pitch from Lola Munkus, right down the middle. However, it is called a ball. 1-0 count. Demi Alsabrook up for her second plate appearance of the game. Alsabrook, a flyout victim in her most recent at-bat. The 1-0 is a bit high, 2-0. Folks, just a reminder, coming up at the conclusion of tonight's game will be our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game will be presented. The 2-0 down and in 3-0, and Alsabrook way ahead in the count. 3-0 delivery. Right down the middle, strike one. Nice pitch there from Munkus. Score update from Tim Fanning Field. Glenwood has now officially tied the game in the bottom of the fifth. It is 8-8 between the Gators and the Bulldogs. That pitch from Alsabrook fouled away on top of the lower school gym here at Glenwood to bring the count to full. So nice job from Munkus fighting back in the count here. 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike three. First strikeout of the game from Munkus. And that is the first out of the inning for the Lady Gators. And that will turn the lineup over for Auburn. Or excuse me, no. That will bring up the 9-hole hitter, E.K. Penton. My apologies. First pitch from Munkus is high, ball one. Lily Brewer on deck for Auburn. Penton 2 for 3 on the night. Pair of singles in her two most recent at-bats. 1-0 from Munkus. Outside 2-0. Two-0 pitch from Munkus. That ball popped out to second base. Chappa is under it, and she will make the catch. 2 up, 2 down here so far in the top of the seventh. And now it will flip the order over for Auburn. Lily Brewer will come up to the plate for her 5th plate appearance here tonight. Brewer 2 for 3 on the night, 2 singles, also a flyout, has also walked as well. Scored 2 runs and stolen a bag. First pitch from Munkus. Called strike one, nice pitch there. Top of the 7th here, Auburn 6, Glenwood nothing. 0-1 from Munkus. That ball grounded out to short. Morrell fields, throws across the diamond, and it is out. So 3 up, 3 down here for Auburn in the top of the 7th, but it is last call for the Glenwood Lady Gators. Glenwood needs 6 in the bottom of the 7th. We'll take a break. Be back in a minute on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with 3rd row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on. I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back here to Glenwood. Last call for the Lady Gators in the bottom of the 7th. Auburn with a 6-0 advantage here. As 4, 5, 6 due up for Glenwood in the bottom of the 7th. Caroline Brazil, the first of those. Lily Brewer back out there on the mound for Auburn. Or excuse me, in the circle for Auburn. First pitch from the right-hander is fouled into the net. 4 strike 1. Brazil 0 for 2 on the night. Ground out and a fly out. Brooke Morrell on deck for Glenwood as well. Lady Gators looking for something offensively here against Brewer. The 0-1. That ball is hammered down the third base line and fair. Brazil rounds first, headed to second, throw to the bag. Brazil has to retreat back to first, and she dives back in safely. A leadoff single from Caroline Brazil. And for the first time here tonight, Glenwood with a 1-out base runner, or a leadoff base runner. So Brooke Morrell will head to the plate for Glenwood. Morrell 0 for 2 on the night, strikeout and a flyout. Third baseman for Auburn playing a bit in on the infield. Everybody else pretty much normal. Brewer into her motion, first pitch. That ball is hit out to short. Throw to second for 1, the turn to first for the double play. So Auburn turns 2, and the Brazil leadoff single is squandered. And now Glenwood down to their final out. Caroline Chapa will step up to the plate. Chapa 0 for 2 on the night with a pair of strikeouts. Brewer set to make her first pitch of the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Oh, 1 upcoming here from Brewer. Delivery just a bit outside, 1-1 now. Two outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Auburn with a 6-0 lead over Glenwood. Lady Gators now down to their final out in the form of Caroline Chapa. 1-1 delivery here from Brewer. That ball popped over to first base. Second baseman calls her off and is off her glove and will drop safely. In fair territory, so it will be a 2-out base runner here for Glenwood. Chapa will reach on the error. And that will bring up Bethany Durdosky. Durdosky 0 for 2 on the night with a pair of strikeouts. So the Lady Gators still down to the last out, but they do have a base runner here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch from Brewer. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Folks, just a reminder, coming up at the conclusion of tonight's game, our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2, throw back to first. But diving back in safely is Chapa. So they will check on Chapa. It appears she is okay after that slide back into first base. But Lady Gators now down to their final strike. The 0-2 from Brewer. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. Your final score, Auburn 6, Glenwood 0. as the Lady Gators will fall to 9-7 overall on the year. Auburn advances to 9-2. As Auburn wins by a shutout fashion 6-0 here over the Lady Gators. Now to present our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game, it will go to Auburn's starting pitcher, Lily Brewer. Brewer simply outstanding tonight in the circle for the Lady Tigers. A complete game shutout for the junior, surrendering no earned runs, only 2 hits allowed, also no walks allowed, and finishes the game with 12 strikeouts in the circle alone. Brewer also making impact at the plate out of the leadoff spot. A 2-for-4 night with 2 runs scored, a stolen base, and 2 singles. So congratulations to Auburn's Lily Brewer, your Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. Folks, we'd like to thank you for joining us here tonight at Glenwood. Be sure to check out the conclusion of the Glenwood Opelika baseball game at Tim Fanning Field, also streaming on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. About to head over there and check that out ourselves as well. For Matt Melton, producer Chris Gates, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.